Today we are talking about how to make fat loss not suck. So the reality is that fat loss is a stressor. Your energy balance is not equated. You are burning more calories than you are taking in, and that puts your body in an uncomfortable state. And your body likes to be comfortable. So depending on what body fat percentage you're at and where you're trying to get, sometimes in that process, it might kind of suck. You might get hungry. You might get a little moody, your energy might be a little low, but today we're here to talk about how to make it not suck. First point, stop assuming that good nutrition is miserable. I promise you it's not miserable, and once you truly have good nutrition and you truly feel good, you will not want to go back to having a shitty diet. So you have to understand that with good nutrition, you can still have these fun foods without completely eating like an asshole. So you have to educate yourself on what good nutrition actually is, what it's like to have balance in your nutrition. And if you don't understand that, that's okay. Ask questions, reach out for help, get a coach, do some research, but educate yourself on what good nutrition actually is, because I promise you it is not miserable. Next point, stop caring what anybody else thinks. So with fat loss and dieting, somebody always has something to say, and it could be in the positive end and they could be very happy for you. But there's also going to be people on the more negative end where they just always have something to say and always want to try to convince you to not diet or to eat something unhealthy. Or they'll tell you you are perfect the way you are, you shouldn't have to change your body for anybody or whatever, or I can eat this chocolate, you can't eat this, or they'll just taunt you and just kind of pick on you for the choices that you are making. And honestly, just tell them to fuck off, because it's really annoying and it doesn't help anybody. Yes, I agree, you're all perfect, you're all amazing just the way you are, but there is nothing wrong with wanting to change your body composition and wanting to maybe lose some fat. And especially if you are doing this for health purposes and you kind of need to lose some fat, then anybody else's opinion should not matter. Focus on doing this for yourself, for your health, for your happiness, for whatever reasons you want to do it. That is all you should be thinking about. Somebody else's opinion should not matter. Next point, stop making dieting so complex. If you have a dog and the vet tells you your dog needs to lose weight, you're going to walk it a little bit more and feed it a little less. You're not going to put some goo on its stomach and wrap it up in some plastic wrap, give it some fat burners, give it some detox tea with some apple cider vinegar and some cayenne pepper and honey and some whatever nonsense. No, you're going to keep it simple. You're going to make it move, feed it less calories. So that's what you have to do yourself. Move a little bit more and eat some less calories. It's not that complicated. Stop getting so attracted to all these fads and this new dieting way or whatever. It's just caloric deficit. It's not that complicated, but you need to educate yourself. You need to ask questions and you need to reach out for help, whether that be getting a coach or doing research on your own. But it's not that complicated. Stop making it so complicated. Next point, stop thinking short term and just stay consistent. So rather than thinking, oh, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds in 1 week, how can you lose 10 pounds over the course of, let's say, a month, right? If you think about it long term, most likely you will not regain the weight. Take your time, be patient, and most importantly, if you mess up or sway away from your diet, just hop back on, right? Maybe you ate a little bit more, or you weren't in a deficit 1 week, so you kind of just stayed the same. Maybe your body just needed that. Rather than the next day or next week cutting out 500 extra calories, doing extra cardio, doing all this, just hop right back on where you left off. Because the reality is, if you're not competing or have a photo shoot or whatever, have a certain deadline, then if you lose 10 pounds by December 8th or December 18th, it doesn't really matter. Next point, eat better, not less. So before you start taking out a bunch of different things from your diet, think what you can add or what you can substitute. And the best thing to add to substitute is vegetables. If you have a portion of starchy carbs, how can you take half of those and replace it with a bunch of vegetables? It'll be a lot more food with a lot less calories. Find the calorie hacks. Eat more protein because protein will make you more satiated. Find things that are the same size with less calories. Don't drink your calories. It's not about eating less food. It's about eating better. How can you keep yourself full with eating less calories? Next point, eat foods you enjoy and the ones that satisfy your cravings. If you like carbs, don't go on a super low carb diet, or don't think that you have to go keto. Think of if you had to go on a diet for the rest of your life, would you want that diet to consist of foods that you don't even like? Or would you like that diet to just not include any of the foods that you truly like? Eat foods that you enjoy and that satisfy your craving. Satisfying your craving is very important, because if you just restrict yourself constantly every day, every week, eventually once you have those cravings, you're just gonna go crazy. You're just gonna binge, right? So satisfy your cravings. If it's a Tuesday and you're craving a cookie, have a cookie, because you don't want to get to Friday and then you're like, oh, I did so good this week, and then you just blow the whole weekend out. Next point, strength train and build muscle. If you have more muscle, you're going to burn more calories at rest. That is a pro, especially with fat loss. So rather than just being a cardio bunny and chasing the sweat and you just want to be drenched after a workout, that's fine sometimes to have here and there, or maybe to throw at the end of your workout, because it does have its benefits, especially on your mental health when you just want to get a sweat in. But it's very important to build muscle and have muscle and strength train, because over time that is going to benefit you more. Because if you just keep doing cardio, one, you're going to get really good at it and you're going to start burning less calories just because you're much better at it. And it's going to take more cardio to burn even more calories, or to burn the same amount of calories. Secondly, if you just keep doing cardio, you're just gonna get skinny and you're chasing this lean look, or you want to see definition in your arms or your abs, but you're just skinny. You don't have muscle. So you're chasing the look without having the muscle to have that look. And last but not least, you gotta suck it up. Dieting is a stressor. That is the reality. Your body does not like to be uncomfortable. You are now eating in a different way. You can't just have all the food that you want. And yeah, it might suck, but if you really want to do it, you gotta suck it up. So if you decide to have a super calorically dense meal for lunch, and you have a potato stuffed with cheese and bacon and sour cream and whatever calorically dense foods, and you just ate all your calories worth in one meal, in a couple hours, you're probably gonna be hungry. But it's not because you're dying or you're in starvation mode or whatever other thing. You don't need more calories, it's just because you didn't have a very satiating meal. So if you are actually in a caloric deficit and you're doing the proper way, you're going to notice that you might get hungry. And if you are in the beginning stages of fat loss and you have a lot to lose, you might not get hungry. But especially if you're getting into the nitty-gritty of things and you are tracking metrics, you're going to notice that sometimes you are getting hungry. And that's the beauty of tracking metrics. Once you start tracking, you will understand that you are fueled and you are eating what you're supposed to be eating, but this is a way of your body responding. You are not dying. Fat loss is fat loss. Sometimes it sucks, but doing some of these things will make it suck just a little bit less, right? But most importantly, over everything, educate yourself and be patient. Hope this helped you. Good luck.